My lord, we swore brotherhood.
I don't want to be your buddy. Will you marry me or not?
What about you, my lord? Do you really want to marry someone like me? Who's crude and reckless? And the leader of bandits?
On this auspicious day, a perfect match is made. The Prime Minister and the Minister are united in marriage.
The minister's daughter. So this is my wife I've never met. What a boring marriage.
He's here so soon. What a lecher. My father's taste is not good.
Mr. Li, someone is waiting outside.
My lady, wait a moment.
My husband, no rush. Perfect timing. Now I won't be delayed.
Mr. Li, I didn't mean to disturb your wedding, but something urgent has come up. A rich merchant from Xinluo is dead.
Well done.
Mr. Li, what do you mean?
I mean, the murder case is important. And I'm the new Deputy Minister of Justice, so I can't neglect it.
What about Madam?
She'll have to stay alone on our wedding night.
Someone help! There's been a robbery! The bride is missing! Help! The bride is missing!
Wide face, low cheekbones, thin lips and deep eye sockets. His forehead shows signs of being hit by a hard object. Thick calluses on his left hand, and sword wounds on his body, but none are fatal. Constable Zhao, what was going on?
Today, Park Day, the rich merchant from Xinluo, was marrying here. Around 9 p.m. I was patrolling near here, and I heard fighting inside, so I rushed here with our men. I saw a masked bride trying to escape through the window. Stop! I've sealed the city gates and blocked all exits.
If the killer wants to escape, she has to take the main street. Let's go.
I just returned to Minister's mansion and now I have to marry. I don't even know what my husband looks like. Get married? That'll be punished by God. This is not good.
Mr. Li, I've looked into it. The bride came from another province. She's only known Park Day for a few days. They decided to marry so quickly. She must be up to something.
Did you get a clear look at her?
She was in her wedding dress and wearing a mask. That mask
looked like a four-eyed bird with a gold base and red patterns and tassels on both sides.
You're impressive, Mr. Li. It's as if you saw it yourself.
I did.
Mr. Li, it's her. I recognize that mask.
Take her away.
Don't move.
Where? Where am I? Who are you?
Ministry of Justice's prison. I am Li. I'm the Deputy Minister of Justice.
Ministry of Justice? Are you treating me like a criminal?
Yes. You're not quite a criminal yet. You robbed and murdered a merchant, and fled with your fear. You'll soon be dead.
I didn't kill anyone. I suggest you let me go immediately. Do you know who I am? If I tell you, you'll be scared to death.
Go ahead. See if you can scare me.
I am the daughter of the minister. And the daughter-in-law of the Prime Minister.
Isn't that...
My husband is the eldest son of the Prime Minister. He loves and cherishes me with all his heart and all his soul. If he knew you're insulting me like this, the entire Ministry of Justice would be in deep shit.
And do you have any proof that you're the minister's daughter? Or any proof that you're not involved in this case?
And do you have any proof I'm not the minister's daughter? Or any proof that I am involved in this murder?
I have proof. The killer was injured on the left shoulder by my sword. If you think you're innocent, let our maid examine you.
Mr. Li, how can you know if I'm hurt without checking yourself?
Get dressed.
Mr. Li, she has a weapon on her. You're still denying that you're not the killer.
This isn't a weapon. This is... for peeling fruit.
You carry a knife for peeling fruit? Are you kidding me?
She's right. It's for peeling fruit. Miss, I'm sorry for what I did. Someone escort her out.
No need. I can find my own way out. Goodbye.
Mr. Li, well, she...
Where's the exit?
Mr. Li, we haven't confirmed her identity. You're just letting her go.
I can confirm her identity. She is indeed my new bride.
You're so full of yourself.
That's just who I am.
Slow down.
Come on. Hello, boss. Come in. Earlier, if I hadn't laid there for you, you'd be a prisoner by now. Shh. Boss, it's me. Minnie?
According to the marriage contract, the minister's daughter is gentle and virtuous. She's good for a family. But from what I see, she's quite different from reality.
Mr. Li, Madam is missing. Last night, I was ordered to follow her. But when we reached West Street, she disappeared.
Trying to follow me? You're not even close.
Flowered fabric. It's high quality. Take a look. Look at this silk.
Zhao, you definitely fell into her trap. The fabric shops on West Street have been busy lately, and they stay open late. She must have noticed she was being followed, so she tricked you with a distraction.
Then where did she go? Did she leave the city? Should we go after her?
Leave the city? So ridiculous. Mr. Li would never think that we're right under his nose.
眼皮子底下。
East of West Street is the drum tower. It's too exposed to hide here. North is the moat, even more obvious. If she wanted to hide, it must be in the residences behind the market on South Street. It's not far from the Ministry of Justice. She really has some guts.
Mr. Li, do you really think she's the killer masked bride?
She isn't. But the knot on that mask was definitely tied by her.
The killer was injured on the left shoulder by my sword.
She must be close to the killer. We need to find her, to find the killer.
What happened at Courier Hostel last night? After the wedding, I took advantage of Park Day's drinking to take some valuables and leave. But suddenly, he burst in on me and tried to force himself on me. Honey, no rush.
Rush? Why not? Wait for me. My wife! Come on!
But I'm sure he was still alive when I passed out. Then I woke up to the sound of fighting. Park Day was already dead, and the soldiers were closing in. If you hadn't stepped in, I wouldn't have escaped. The killer murdered Park Day, but let you go. He clearly trying to frame you. It seems I'll have to go to the Ministry of Justice to meet Mr. Li myself.
So last night you let Madam go on purpose. You want to lure her out.
I was just suspicious, but not certain. In any case, finding her is the key to catching the killer.
Why not go directly to the minister's mansion to ask for her? Maybe Minister Luo knows something.
I have no evidence. If I wrongfully accuse her, her whole family could be implicated.
I thought you were smitten at first sight and couldn't forget her. Well, I will take the portrait to catch the suspect.
Mr. Li! He's coming!
What do you mean?
Someone barged in with a recommendation letter. He beat the living daylights out of our men.
Who dares cause trouble here?
They're just not skilled enough and dare to stop me from seeing Mr. Li.
Who are you?
Luo Chen, recommended by the Ministry of Rites.
She even got a recommendation letter. But she didn't think I wouldn't recognize her. If she changed into men's clothes, did she?
Isn't this newcomer to the residence?
I'm the minister's daughter. It was a piece of cake to get a recommendation letter.
Luo Chen, right? Tell me, what are you here for?
I've been ordered to assist the Ministry of Justice in investigating Park Day's murder.
Assisting in the investigation? Isn't that a bit too obvious?
The deceased had a wide face, low cheekbones, thin lips and deep-set eyes. A hard object hit his forehead, thick calluses on his left hand, sword wounds on the body, but none were fatal.
So, Constable Luo, where's the fatal wound?
The body's been dead for a while, yet there's no stench, but a fragrance instead. Quite odd.
Maybe he frequented the brothels and picked up the scent of powder.
It's not powder. Is that...
Madam is so cruel. To the body. Your life with her will be tough.
Shut up.
Stop looking. You won't find anything.
Found it.
This is...
Datura poison?
I've heard there's a poison in Xinluo. When its needles penetrate the body, it doesn't appear to be poisonous, but it's deadly.
Besides, it causes hallucinations and forces people to speak the truth.
How can we prove that Park Dae was killed by these needles?
Bring water. We will see. If someone is poisoned by its needles, soak his body in warm water for a few moments, then the poison will appear. The scent causes hallucinations. Don't get close. Mingli.
The Deputy Minister of Justice will be mine sooner or later.
What a handsome man. Are you interested in joining the Blank Sect?
Blank sect?
Let's go. Let's go. Honey? Honey.
This is an illusion. I must get out of here.
Prime Minister's son? He's just a fool. I won't marry him. Poison!
You're awake.
Mr. Li, why are you here?
You were poisoned by Datura and fell into an illusion. I brought you back.
Poisoned? Illusion? Then you must have heard.
Mr. Luo, is there something you can't let me hear?
My purpose in the Ministry of Justice is not to investigate the case, but rather...
But what?
It's because it has little work and high pay.
What am I expecting?
Mr. Li? Now that we've identified the cause of Park Dae's death, should we go after the poisoner? In my opinion, the bride isn't the killer at all.
How can you be sure she isn't the killer?
She doesn't have the skill for that.
Are you very familiar with her? How do you know she lacks the skill?
What I mean is, if you believe she was the killer, you'd have already set up a trap to catch her, instead of standing here listening to me.
Mr. Luo, you seem to know me well.
Of course. Mr. Li, I believe that you are sharp, just, and impartial.
My lady, if you trust me, why hide anything?
I've looked into the Datura poison, but found no clues. As for the blank sect madam mentioned in the illusion, I've found it. It's for marriage scamming. Their base is on the street behind the main gate.
Marriage scamming? Is that why you're hiding it? This is the reason?
I've had the area around the blank sect secured. We're waiting for you to order the raid.
Zhao,
Yes.
do your job well. The Deputy Minister of Justice will soon be yours.
Not at all. Mr. Li, I wouldn't dare think that.
You wouldn't dare think that, but you just said it. Datura poison reveals what's truly in your heart. What you saw is what you desire most.
So, what did you see in the illusion? And what did you do?
I, of course, did what I had to do. Zhao,
Yes.
spread the word. Tomorrow morning, we'll raid the blank sect.
Yes.
My lady, see you tomorrow. I hope you still trust me. Mr. Luo, this is where the killer is hiding. According to the Ministry of Justice's intel, the masked bride is hiding in the blank sect. It scams people through marriage. They do anything to get what they want. This time, I'm taking them down in one swoop. Open the door. It really is the blank sect.
Let's go.
Yes.
Zhao, spread the word. Tomorrow morning, we'll raid the blank sect.
Yes.
Mr. Li is really something. Boss ordered, on alert.
Yes.
Mr. Li, that bride is nothing to worry about. We should be looking for the poisoner instead.
Mr. Luo, we haven't caught her. Are you pleased with that?
I'm just concerned. You might be going in the wrong direction. If you catch the wrong person, you'll mess up the case.
How do you know I'm going in the wrong direction? And how are you so sure I'll catch the wrong person? Could it be that you, Mr. Luo, know something I don't?
If this continues, we'll be caught red-handed.